Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now today we're doing something we don't often do, and that is looking at mods, or more specifically the NaturalVision Enhanced mod for GTA 5. NaturalVision Enhanced is, according to the Razed mods website, a complete visual upgrade modification for GTA 5 Enhanced designed to take full advantage of the new ray tracing features. What you're seeing at the moment is of course vanilla gameplay. This is GTA 5 Enhanced as it appears straight out of the box without any changes or tweaks. I really like how it looks. The addition of RTGI or Ray Trace Global Illumination transforms certain aspects of this aging title, not to mention takes advantage of newer hardware. That said, you don't need a top spec machine to play it with a decent frame rate. I'm using an i5-12400F, 32 gigs of 3200MHz DDR4 and an RTX 3050 8GB, a fairly modest and fairly modern machine that can hit at least 60 FPS at native 1080p with the very high RT preset. All the ray tracing options are on, as is the aforementioned RTGI. You don't need a ray tracing capable card to play this at all, but it's probably worth sticking to the original or legacy version of the game if you have a GTX card or non-RT capable AMD GPU. Before we switch to the NaturalVision Enhanced gameplay, let me talk a bit more about performance, because that was also why I wanted to make this video. You're probably going to see a lot of RTX 4090 or 5090 benchmarks, and while it's always fantastic seeing everything maxed out with super high frame rates, I wanted to see how a cheaper system handled this mod and what sort of performance loss you can expect. As I said, I'm using the very high RT preset with nothing else changed. RTGI is also enabled. I'm using TAA as the anti-aliasing solution because DLAA meant a few more dips and drops below 60. Upscaling options are also available, but considering we were able to get 60 FPS at native, I thought why not keep things as they are. But let's switch to the NaturalVision modification. I will leave a link to the trailer on the Razed channel where you'll find all the relevant links and instructions to get this working. This is of course for single player only. And here we are. I've kept the very high RT preset and made sure that particle quality and post-FX quality options are set to ultra, as suggested in the install guide. Depth of field is also, albeit begrudgingly, set to normal as per the recommendation. I usually turn it off, but I'll make an exception here considering it was recommended. Visually, the changes are clear to see, and hopefully compression hasn't completely decimated the overall quality of this video. As with all visual mods, some will prefer the way this looks, some will favour the original, and some will enjoy aspects of both. I've played for a few hours at this point, and honestly there have been certain combinations of weather and times of day that have synced up absolutely perfectly and created some amazing graphical moments. I feel the best way to showcase NaturalVision Enhanced is to just play the game for a while and throw in a few visually varied scenarios. Firstly though, let's talk performance. With my modest modern system, it feels like we're getting about 10 FPS less on average overall. That's based on what I'm seeing from the MSI Afterburner overlay. I will take an average and percentile low reading from two identical benchmark runs and put them on screen during editing, so the performance metrics from the vanilla gameplay should have already been on screen, and the modded gameplay statistics should be on screen now, so you can flick between both gameplay scenarios if you want to gauge the difference in performance. But like I said, I'm guessing it's about 10 to 15 FPS lower with this RTX 3050 8GB. So here we are on Del Perro Pier, and I absolutely love the visuals going on here. The lighting running across the roller coaster track here and reflecting off of the boardwalk. There's also a sort of shine to the boardwalk as well, and I love the purple hue. We're still getting around about 60 frames per second. In terms of VRAM utilization for the 3050 8GB, we're exceeding 6, almost hitting 7GB, and if you were using a 6GB 3050, you'd be getting performance that's probably quite a bit worse, because not only does it have less VRAM, but it's essentially an entirely different card. It has less cores and I think a smaller bus width too. But back to performance here and the visuals, of course. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from this bit so far. I apologise if the frame rate overlay disappears every so often. It's probably because I've decided to stop and take a screenshot for a potential thumbnail. So if you're seeing that disappear, well, there's the reasoning behind it. I'm going to make my way to the countryside area now because I want to see how that looks. By the time we get there, morning should have rolled around, so it should have given us a different visual scenario to work with. For some reason, I'm wanted. I don't know what I did. Obviously, I've done something because half of my car is smashed up. I think I did run over a few pedestrians a while ago. I must have a pretty short memory. I'm liking how the sirens are looking. Of course, we have the blue and red sirens, and combined they're creating this purple light there that's flashing up on the bridge. That looked really good, actually, especially at night time in game. It must have been sunset. I wasn't sure if it was sunrise or sunset, but clearly it's sunset as the sun has now disappeared entirely. Yeah, this is looking really good. The purple there lighting up the road and the bridge, as well as the surrounding trees and other vehicles as well. We get that light bouncing off of the vehicles and the vehicle windows too. Feels like I'm actually being pulled over in real life. We should probably switch to first person for more authentic experience, eh? So as you can probably guess, I did get wiped out at the end of that. Just stepped out of my car at the wrong time and got absolutely flattened. So we've reloaded here, different time of day, a warmer mid-afternoon gameplay experience here. For some reason I've now got 2 wanted stars. Not sure what I've done again. Probably ran a few people over, but there we are. Should I switch to first person? Oh, I don't like that. That's this isn't something I very often do. And yeah, I just know it's all going to go wrong. I'm going to hit something any minute, so I think we'll switch back to third person mode. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Every time I get on a motorbike in this game, I just get wiped out. I crash into something. I can visualise it happening now. Give it about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, I guess not. My driving skills seem to have vastly improved since the PS3 360 era, it seems, because I haven't actually hit anything with it. And there we go, I actually felt that. That really made me cringe. So I've borrowed this little Jeep, and I'd usually make a few modifications to try and climb the mountain. It's a cloudier time of day now, so we can't really see the entirety of the mountain, but I'm sure this little truck will have no trouble getting up there. There's a lot more grey to the colour scheme now. I like this. It's a foggy day. That was not a very good start. But yeah, liking the colour palette here. I'm using the very high RT preset, as I said, not the highest settings. So you may notice a few visuals not looking as good as they could, because if I turn things up any higher, then the 3050 would probably struggle, much like this vehicle is struggling right now to get up the mountain. I don't think this is going to work out. Yeah, that did not go too well at all. I don't know what I was thinking driving along the beach here. I've sort of hit a dead end. Anyway, here's the water, a little island in the distance, and some sand. Yeah, not much going on here, but it sure does look pretty. Alright, what did I even do to deserve that? I don't even know what happened there. Oh, brilliant. Now, I've always liked how Sandy Shores looked, so I had to come here next. Again, it's a very sunny day. We're outside the Sandy Shores fire station here. Now, I think mods like this really benefit from these extra sunny days as well as overcast weather. So when you've got these really clear blue skies, perhaps with a few clouds lingering here and there, or you've got the overcast weather, slightly cloudy, a greyer tone overall, a more muted colour palette, that is also where things really stand out. But here I think it looks excellent. If you remember how we were playing earlier with the vanilla version of the game, everything's a lot more sort of subtle, but here things really pop, and I absolutely love the way the visuals are looking as well. I used to spend a lot of time driving around here too back in the days of the PlayStation 3, albeit at about 25, 26 FPS, and graphics that didn't quite look like this, to say the least. Now, for some reason, I've never been that good at controlling planes with the keyboard and mouse. With a controller, I mean, I'm like an ace pilot, honestly. I'm pretty decent, but with this, the mouse, especially my cheap like £2 mouse that I picked up, it is pretty hopeless. I can't imagine this lasting much longer. Performance-wise, though, we're getting well over 60 frames per second as we cruise over San Andreas now. Things are running pretty well. Still utilising around 6-7 gigs of VRAM, but our frame rate is way above 60 FPS on some occasions. And speaking of frame times too, so consistency, things like that, yeah, couldn't ask for a smoother experience with this. And it's nice to see, oh, we're going to crash any second now. It's nice to see that even with this mod enabled, things are still really consistent as well. Yeah, this is not going to go well. I'm not going to make that with a mouse controller, honestly. And yeah, it went about as well as expected. Now this is the other weather type that I was talking about. Either those really bright sunny days really help showcase the changes that the mod brings with it, or these overcast, slightly cloudy days as well, when the tones are a bit more grayer in style here, plus 60 frames per second still on the ground here in and around Sandy Shores. I love the way this looks. This is probably my favourite time of day / weather combo, to be honest. This is probably something I'm going to use for the thumbnail of this video. We're going to pull onto the motorway here, or the freeway, probably crash, smash our immaculate car up, whoop, just like that, close call. But yeah, GTA NaturalVision Enhanced, I think it's well worth checking out. It's about a 5 gig download. The instructions are pretty clear to follow as well as part of the package. I'll leave a link to the Razed YouTube channel as well, so you can check out the trailer as well as an install guide over there. Thanks to the team at Razed for sharing this mod, of course, and thanks to all of you for watching. This has not been a promotional video, I want to make that clear. No one's paying me to make this video. I just like checking out mods from time to time, and what better than a GTA 5 enhanced one. So as always, thanks for watching. With my system losing about 10 FPS performance wise, but still getting a very respectable average overall on my modest system. So thanks again. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.